first time that I felt a loss of control with it really was when I was in primary school. We were sitting inside the classroom eating lunch and one of the boys on my table had a peanut butter sandwich. I don't know why, because other times I'd been around nuts and I'd been fine, but that day it really freaked me out. And so for weeks afterwards, I had to go and eat. My mum worked at the school, I had to go and eat in her classroom. They took me to the hospital and they taught me how to overcome the panic attacks, techniques that they don't really use anymore, like breathing into a paper bag. For a few years after that, it was fine. The next moment was on a school trip to France. It was the language barriers, so we were trying to use like translation apps, but for one meal, the member of staff came over really panicked, was like, no, there's no way you can eat that. It's got nuts in, despite the teachers telling them about my allergies ahead of time. So instead they brought out this ridiculous dinner of 2 slices of tomato and a lettuce leaf. And luckily, my mum had packed me some flapjacks and crisps and things in my bag, so I had some food to eat that night. It took a long time after that incident for me to sort of trust eating out again. The next moment was when I was at university and I'd tried to take control of it myself. I was writing my dissertation on the history of allergies and I'd set up a society, but because it was the focus of my academic work and part of my social life and then obviously my normal life in that it was affecting everything I was eating, it became a bit overwhelming. So I ended up seeking some counselling for it, which helped, and I got some extensions for my deadlines and it sort of brought it back under control for a little while. So I had about 6 months to a year where I felt okay about it, and then COVID struck. Health anxiety was everywhere and just set off a whole new wave of anxiety, and it's taken a while to slowly try and build that up again. And then the Ukraine war happened and the oil shortages and now the new big threat. The latest thing is that you can't know necessarily what's in a product because the Food Standards Agency have said that it's okay for them to replace ingredients. Throughout the whole thing I felt a loss of control, and now it feels like the loss of control is on a global scale.